So the materials that we're gonna need are 6mm crochet hook, 2 metal rings. They are opening like this. We're gonna need this lock. We're gonna need 2, but I didn't have the one that you can sew them together on the bag. You can sew it on the back. So this is a picture that I'm gonna show you. So you should buy this, so it will be much easier for you. What else we need? We need a pair of scissors, some stitch markers, and a chain. And of course our yarn. I'm using t-shirt yarn, premium t-shirt yarn. It's very stretchy. Yeah, so let's begin. We're gonna start with the slip knot. Then we're gonna chain 29 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you're gonna continue until you have 29 chains. So I got my 29 chains. Now we're gonna work on the back side into these loops here, as you can see in the video. So into this loop we're gonna work there in every loop. So we're gonna skip the first chain, we're gonna go into the second, and we're gonna work 1 slip stitch. We're gonna go into the next one. Again, we're gonna do a slip stitch. We're gonna go into the next loop, we're gonna do a slip stitch there. Then again into the next one, 1 slip stitch. Into the next one, another slip stitch. Into the next one, another slip stitch. So we're gonna work like this until the end. We need to have a total of 28 slip stitches because we skipped the first stitch, the first chain, so we need to have 28 slip stitches. So I've done my 28 slip stitches, and this is how it looks. Now this was the first row. Now we're gonna start the second row. We're gonna chain 1, we're gonna turn the work. Now we're gonna go into the first stitch, into the back loop. We're not gonna work in both loops. We're into the back loop and we're gonna do a slip stitch. And go into the next one, work a slip stitch through the back loop only. Go into the next one through the back loop, do a slip stitch. Go into the next one through the back loop, do a slip stitch. So this is the way that we're gonna work our front bag. 1 single crochet through the back, 1 slip stitch through the back loop in every stitch. So you're going to continue like this, doing 28 slip stitches through the back loop only. So after you finish this row, you're going to start the next one. Will be into the same way. Chain 1, turn your work, 1 slip stitch in every stitch through the back loop. So this was the second row. We need to do 5 more to have a total of 7 rows into the same way. 1 slip stitch in every stitch through the back loop. So guys, after you do your 7 rows, I meet you guys here to tell you what to do. So I finished my 7 rows and this is how it looks. We're gonna take measurements to see. So this one have almost 22 centimeters. And on the other side it should be 4 centimeters. So it's 4 centimeters. Our first piece is ready. We're gonna do the second one into the same way. We're gonna chain 29 again. So guys, I did my 29 chains. We're gonna turn the work and we're gonna work again into these loops into the back. So we're gonna skip the first one, we're gonna go into the next, we're gonna do a slip stitch. Go into the next, do a slip stitch. Go into the next, do a slip stitch. Go into the next, do a slip stitch. So you're gonna work like this until the end. You will make 27 slip stitches. So I did my 27 slip stitches and the last will be here. So if you turn the work, this is the first chain. We're gonna insert a hook there and we're gonna do a slip stitch. So now we have a total of 28 slip stitches. We're gonna chain one, we're gonna turn the work. We're gonna work through the back loop in every stitch, doing slip stitches through the back loop. So this is the first one, go into the next stitch, do a slip stitch through the back loop only. So guys, you're gonna work one slip stitch in every stitch until the end. Then you're gonna chain one, then you're gonna turn the work and again 28 slip stitches. So you're gonna work into this way for a total of 7 rows. So this will be our second piece of the bag. We need to have 4 pieces into the same way. So you've done your second piece, again you're gonna chain 29, you're gonna skip one, and again you're gonna work 28 slip stitches for 7 rows. So guys, I work 4 pieces. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4 into the same way like I showed you before. And now we have to work 5 pieces but smaller. Now what we're gonna do? We're gonna start making 24 chains. So you're gonna chain 24. So now that you have your 24 chains, you're gonna work into the same way like you did on these parts here. We're gonna turn the work and we're gonna work into these back loops, as you can see in the video, into these loops here. So you're gonna skip the first one and you're gonna go into the next and you're gonna work a slip stitch. Gonna do slip stitches in every loop until the end. You need to have a total of 23 slip stitches. So we come to the end, we need to have one more stitch to have a 23. So I'm going to show you again. This is the first chain. In through this loop we're going to insert the hook and we're going to do slip stitch. So this is our first row. We're going to chain one, we're going to turn the work, we're going to work through the back loops, slip stitches in every stitch. So one slip stitch in every stitch through the back loop, a total of 23 slip stitches. So you're going to work into the same way for a total of 7 rows like we did on the other pieces. Then again you're going to start the next piece will be 24 chains and you're going to work into the same way. You're going to make 5 pieces of this small 24 chains. You're going to make 5 pieces. And then I'm gonna tell you what to do. So guys, I did my 5 small pieces. We have 4 big and 5 small. So let's take measurements. This small one have 17 centimeters and the big one, as I told you before, almost 22. After you're done with 4 big pieces and 5 small pieces, you're gonna take your stitch markers and we're gonna start put them all together. So you're gonna put it like this and we're gonna start from the small one, the first. You're gonna put under this one, then the next one will be like this, as you can see. Then you're gonna put under this one, and this is how it's gonna look, our first piece. You should arrange it a little, then you should put a stitch marker to fix it. We're gonna take the next small piece, we're gonna put it over this one, under this one, over the next one, and under the last one. So this is how it looks. Don't be afraid to pull the pieces. And then again you should put a stitch marker just to fix it. This part it's a little bit difficult, but I'm sure you're gonna make it. It's just until we're gonna arrange all the pieces, and then will be much easier when we make the borders and everything. So don't be afraid to pull the pieces. So now we're gonna take the next one, we're gonna put it under this one, over this one, under the next one, and you should pull the pieces like this. Then again you should put a stitch marker. So you should fix it as much as you can, pull the pieces so we can put all the small pieces over the big ones. Okay, we're gonna take the next one, we're gonna put it over this one, down, over the next one, and down on this one. Again, you're gonna put a stitch marker. Don't forget to pull the pieces so you can put also the last small piece. Try to fix it as much as you can. And now we have our last piece. We're gonna put it under this one, over this one, under the next one, but we should pull the pieces. Put a stitch marker there. Pull this piece, also a stitch marker. This one will be under this piece, and the next one will be over. So guys, this is how it looks. Okay, we're gonna fix it later with when we're gonna crochet over this whole square. So now that our square is ready, this is how it looks so far. We're gonna take our yarn and the crochet hook, and we're gonna start from here into the first stitch. You will insert the hook into the first stitch, into this one here, and also to the other piece. Try to find the first stitch, bring your yarn, and then you're gonna chain one. Now in every piece, as you can see, we're gonna work in both pieces. We're gonna have 5 slip stitches. On this part you're gonna insert the hook only in through the back loop, then try to find the back piece and work a single slip stitch. So this is the first one. We need to have 5. Go to the back loop, do a slip stitch, go through the back loop and find also a loop on the other part, do a slip stitch. So we need to have one more, so we have 5 slip stitches. So this is how it looks. On the next part, this one here, we're gonna work also 5 slip stitches. So before you do this, you should fix a little the pieces, because one is more down, one is up. And now we're gonna start making slip stitches in both parts. So we're gonna insert the hook in this one, taking the back one also, and do a slip stitch. So this is the first, go into the next, try to find the back one, do a slip stitch. This is the second one, go into the next, do a slip stitch, the third one, the fourth one, and we're gonna do one more. Don't forget also to take the stitch from the back side like this. So we have another 5 slip stitches, and this is how it looks. To the next one, we're gonna work again 5 slip stitches, but on this part you're gonna take only the back loop from the first one, like you see, the back loop only. Try to find the next from the back side. Again, you're gonna do a slip stitch, go into the next stitch through the back loop, take from the other side, slip stitch. Again, back loop, take a stitch, slip stitch, back loop, the other side loop, another slip stitch, and the last one, back loop, take the back stitch and do a slip stitch. Again, we have 5 slip stitches. On this side here, again, we're gonna arrange, because this back part it's a little down, and again you're gonna work in both pieces. You're gonna insert the hook there and make 5 slip stitches. Second, the third, the fourth, and we do one more. Okay. Now go into this part, taking only the back loops, and take the back part also, do a slip stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You should try to find the back loop. Take also the stitch from the back part, do a slip stitch. So this is how we're gonna do for all the square. In every corner you're gonna chain 1 and you're gonna continue. You're gonna do the same like we did on this side. You're gonna do the same, and when you're gonna reach the corner, again you're gonna chain 1 and you're gonna continue like this. Also here, don't forget to arrange the pieces so can be like on the other side. And also into the corner, again you're gonna chain 1 and you're gonna continue into the same way like I showed you. So guys, this is how it looks after I finish working slip stitches all over the square. This is the back side and the front side. Now we're gonna chain 1, then we're gonna cut the yarn. Then we're gonna hide the thread. Now that you're done, you should take some stitch markers, and into the first stitch you're gonna insert the first. Now we're gonna make some decrease, so you're gonna count 7 stitches. Into the 8 you're gonna insert another another marker. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Into the 8th another stitch marker. Then again 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. You're gonna add another stitch marker. So we're gonna do 4 decreases, and why we do this, we're gonna do this so our bag will be even with this front part. We don't want the back of the bag to be too big and the front to be too small. So for this we make decreases. So we're gonna take the first stitch marker, we're gonna bring our yarn, we're gonna pull the yarn, we're gonna chain 1, then we're gonna go into the next stitch and we're gonna do a single crochet. Now we're gonna work single crochet in every stitch until we reach the stitch marker. So now I come where we have the marker, we're gonna take it out, we're gonna insert the hook into the first stitch, we have 2 loops, go into the next stitch, bring another loop, so we have 3 loops on the hook, you're gonna pull through all 3. So this is the decrease. Again, we're gonna work single crochet in every stitch until you reach the next stitch marker. So I work single crochet. Now we're gonna take out the stitch marker, insert the hook, bring a loop, go into the next stitch, bring another loop. We have 3 loops, we're gonna pull through all 3. So this is another decrease. Now we're gonna work single crochet until we reach the last stitch marker. Again, I come to the stitch marker, we're gonna insert the hook into this first stitch, then you're gonna go into the next. We have 3 loops, you're gonna pull through all 3. So we are done with our decreases. Now we should count our stitches. We should have 22 single crochet after we make the decrease. Okay, so now we're gonna start making the back part of the bag. We're gonna chain 1, we're gonna turn the work. This row and only this row, we're gonna work through the back loop only in every stitch. So you're gonna work 22 single crochets through the back loop. Okay, so I've done the row with single crochets through the back loop. Now we're gonna chain 1, we're gonna turn the work, and from now on this is how we're gonna work until we finish all the back part. So as you can see, we have these loops and these loops here. We're gonna insert the hook into the first stitch to the back loop and also into the down stitch, as you can see in the video. So we're gonna work single crochet but going through these two loops, so this is the way that we're gonna work from now on until we finish the back of our bag. So we chain one, turn your work. Now we're gonna insert the hook into the first stitch through the back loop and also taking the loop from down and do a single crochet. Go into the next stitch, also take the loop from down like this and do a single crochet. Again, go into the next stitch, take the loop also from here and do a single crochet. So guys, this is the way that we're gonna work until the end of the row. Single crocheting through the back loop, taking the loop from down until you finish the row. So once the row is ready, we're gonna chain one, we're gonna turn the work, and again we have to work into this loop and this loop, into this loop and this loop, this loop and this loop. So this is the way that we're gonna work. Chain one, turn your work, insert the hook into the first loop and also taking the loop from down, do a single crochet. Go into the next stitch through the back loop, take the loop from down, do a single crochet. Go into the next one, and so until you finish the row. Again, you're gonna chain one, you're gonna turn the work, and again you're gonna work in both loops. So you're gonna work in this way until you reach about 33 centimeters. This will be the back part of the bag. So guys, I've done working the back part and this is how it looks. Let me measure it to see how much is it. Yeah, it's almost 33 centimeters. Once we're gonna fix it and make the sides, this is how it should be looking. I made both sides, but I'm gonna show you now how to do it. So to make the first side, this is how it's gonna look. You're gonna make a slip knot, then you're gonna chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna skip one, we're gonna go into the next, we're gonna go work one single crochet. We're gonna work one single crochet in every stitch until the end, a total of 6 single crochet. So I finished my first row. Now we're gonna chain one, we're gonna turn the work. The second row we're gonna work it through the back loop in every stitch. So one single crochet in every stitch through the back loop, a total of 6 single crochet. Next row we're gonna chain one, we're gonna turn the work, and from the third row we're gonna work into this way. We're gonna work in both loops, into the back loop from this loop, into the down loop, like we work on the back of our bag. So we're gonna work a single crochet, again we're gonna go into the back loop into the next stitch, taking also the other loop, work a single crochet into the back loop, taking the other stitch, the other loop, sorry, single crochet. So we're gonna work into the same way like we did the back of our bag, working in both loops. Now you're going to chain one, turn the work. You're going to work into these two loops. This one, this one, this one, this one. Go into the first stitch, through the back loop, taking the other loop, do a single crochet. So after you finish this row, you're going to chain one, you're going to turn the work, and you're going to do the same thing, working like this for a total of 13 centimeters. So when you're done your 13 centimeters, you're going to cut the yarn, then you're going to do the second part into the same way. Chain 7, work 6 single crochet, and you're going to do the same like this part like I showed you here. So now that it's ready, I'm gonna measure it. So this is 13 centimeters. So guys, now we're gonna need some stitch markers, and we're not gonna count from the first row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're gonna put a stitch marker there. On the other side, not this row here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Again, you're gonna put a stitch marker. And for our bottom, we will have 7 rows. So if you have 9 on this part, 7 on the bottom, 9 on this part, it means that you did a good job. So I forget in the beginning that we're gonna need also a yarn needle for our when we are sewing our parts. We're gonna need a yarn needle. So we're gonna bring our bag like this. This is the back part and this is the front. So we're gonna bring our side. We're gonna go into the first row, not this one here. We're gonna put it like this and we're gonna start sewing. You're gonna insert your needle into the first stitch like this, then you're gonna go into the first stitch from the side of the bag and you're gonna start sewing. Then again go into the next stitch also from the side and you're gonna sew like this. So we're gonna sew all this part. We're gonna insert the hook in every stitch, also into the stitches from the side until we reach the corner. So now I reached the corner. Now we're gonna put our bag like this, as you can see, and we're gonna sew it on this part here into the same way. In every stitch you're gonna insert your yarn needle also into the stitches from this side, and you're going to sew until you reach the next corner. Now that we are done with this part, we're gonna start sew in this part here into the same way like we did on the first part. So you're gonna sew in every stitch with your yarn needle like you seen in the video. So guys, the first part is ready. This is how it looks. Something like this should be. So now you're gonna do on the other side, you're gonna do the same thing like I showed you on this side. So guys, this is how it looks after I sew it everything, and I put these two locks, but these locks that I have, they are not so good for this bag. They are the others that you can sew them right on your bag. With this one it's a little bit difficult because this is t-shirt yarn, so it's a little hard to put them inside and fix it. So I'm gonna leave a picture here so to show you what to buy, these locks that you can sew with them, so it would be much more easier for you. I'm gonna try put these ones on my bag. They are a little hard, but it's okay, I'm gonna try. So guys, this is how it looks, but they are not very safe. I mean, you can always open it. Once I open, this will go also. So you better buy that ones that I showed you in the pictures, that you can sew them over the bag, so it will be much safer, and you're not gonna worry that your bag will open it. So guys, now we're gonna bring our metal rings. We're gonna put one here, one here. As you can see, you can open like this, and you can put it whenever you can. Also, this one over here. Now you can bring your chain. You're going to put it on the first metal ring. You should find where it's open it. You can put it either like this, or if you have a bigger chain, you can put it in two. I'm going to show you how. Mine is not so big, so I'm going to put it like this. But if you have a bigger chain, you can put it in two, so you have two chains like you see in the video now, will be something like this. So if you have a bigger chain, you're gonna put it double, let's say double, and this is how it's gonna look. So guys, our bag is ready. This is how it looks, front side. On the sides. I want to apologize guys for my English is not so good. I'm trying my best. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already. We're gonna see each other on the next tutorial. Take care. Bye bye.